I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then I would love for you to just answer them because before getting to the work, I want to know the person, okay? Okay. I've seen your content. I've seen it on LinkedIn, and then I clicked on this. I'm like, oh, I've seen Stacie's work before, so I'm familiar with it, and I've seen some of it, so I kind of have an opinion about it. So now, what is your profession? What is it that you do?
So my background's in engineering. I'm a
Oh,
strategist,
okay.
and I support the
What kind of
businesses that
strategist
are
are you?
business strategist.
You're a business strategist, okay? And your background's in, did you say engineering?
Yeah, engineering and construction.
Oh, like structural engineering?
Yep, I'm structural,
Okay.
electrical, mechanical.
Okay,
My
wow.
background was in the merchant marine as an engineer aboard ship,
Okay.
and then on land and construction.
Okay, so that means you're good with the maths
Eh,
and
good
physics and
common
things
sense.
like that, right? Well, common to you, uncommon to other people. And I know of the profession. Basically, people like Stacie make sure when architects come up with some cool stuff, the whole house or building doesn't fall down because they didn't factor in the wind conditions or something like that, or the actual physical weight of the building collapsing on top of itself. So people like Stacie make it safe for us to drive on bridges, to live in our homes and not fear those kinds of things. Okay. But then you go into like business strategy, kind of a leap there, a little bit different part of your brain. Yes.
It was an intuitive transition to me because of working in the field for over 27 years, and that's the field of the people that I support. So I've worked on the side of the largest construction companies and then been on the opposite side
Oh, I see.
as the contractor.
Got you. Okay.
So now I support them in their growth, having come full circle.
Oh, okay. So same vertical, just different sides.
Yep.
Okay, so everybody understands she works in the construction industry, of course, right? So people need structural engineering, stuff like that, electrical engineering. She figures it out and she goes, hey, maybe you need help with the business side because I could do this, but fewer people can do the business strategy. So how long ago did you make that flip? When did you join the dark side?
About 5 years ago,
Okay, so and how long before were you working as an engineer?
about 25 years.
Okay, so relatively recent. All right, so what is your goal for creating content?
To connect with the owners of the construction companies that think they have to continue to operate in the industry the way they always have. For instance, many of them rely on bidding and they don't have risk mitigation strategies to keep their cash flow stabilized. So they wind up having to let people go or worse, take on predatory lending um, in between bids because there are delays in payments and or project continuance. So one of the areas that we specialize in is developing MRR for companies that less commonly ever think about that.
Okay, MRR is monthly recurring revenue.
Yes.
Okay. You have to keep in mind, most of us not in this industry don't know what you do. And uh, if you're going to err on the side of dumbing the words down than using terms that people don't understand, right? If people don't understand what you say, then they can't follow you. They won't remember what you say and all those kind of things. So it's a danger for smart people. People that are highly educated tend to speak above people's heads, not at where they need to be. Okay, so your goal is to connect with the owners. And
Yes.
all the reasons are less important to me right now for the kind of conversation we're going to have. How will we measure your ability to connect with owners based on your content?
The owner's getting in the conversation, even though
A DM?
the D, yeah, I think my ideal client prospect is more likely to message me than to get into the conversation.
Yeah.
Although some do start in the conversation, I would say fewer, more a little bit more discreet because of their profession and their visibility.
Okay. And you're doing this mostly on LinkedIn, right?
So LinkedIn is where I spend the most of my time, but I would really love to grow my YouTube channel to
Okay.
have this more engagement.
Well, we're here to help you on one platform, one piece of content, so you're gonna have to pick. I think you already
Okay.
picked because I have it in front of
Okay.
me. That's how I know. Okay. I'm not clairvoyant. Everybody's literally looking at me right now. So LinkedIn, And the goal is to get someone to either look at your profile or to send you a DM. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, so content needs to lead to profile, which is great. I know something about that, or to get them to DM you. Now, is it safe to assume owners aren't spending a lot of time on LinkedIn, or are they? Is it somebody that reports to them that spends a lot of time on LinkedIn?
So I think they are, but
They
most
are.
of them are on the lurking side versus the actual engaging
Okay.
side.
Do you have any evidence of this?
The difference between the amount of impressions and the amount of engagement.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Do you have LinkedIn Premium?
I do.
So you can see who's looking at your profile.
Yes.
And are most of them owners
Yeah.
or
So the top
there's
category
enough owners?
is all senior owners.
C-suite.
Hmm.
Okay, great. I just wanted to verify that before we move on. Okay. Side note to my friends who are watching this on the creative side, whenever the prospect says something, I never assume them to tell the truth. Not that they are actively trying to lie to me, but people have impressions of things. So whenever possible, we ask for evidence to back it up, right? So that's what I'm doing here. Because if we work with a false premise, being LinkedIn owners, then we're going to make a flawed assumption. A lot of times, especially with really big companies, which I'm assuming that's who you work with, they have a zillion people underneath them that vet and find things like you need to talk to Stacie. She's amazing. Check out her posts on this, or they forward it to it. So maybe we have two goals. Goal number one is for the owners to check out your profile or DM you. Goal number two is to have the people that report directly to the owners to forward your content to them. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put that down there. Number one. Number two is forward. So I'm gonna draw a little airplane here. So let's do this. Let's go look at the piece of content. Let me go share my screen here. I'm here. This is you. Everybody, if you want to check out Stacie, it's with the IE. What is CEM?
Um, Certified Energy Manager.
Oh, that's an abbreviation I've not heard before. Okay, so there's a caption, which is all that, and then there's a video down here. So what we'll do is we'll turn on the volume and we'll watch this together, okay?
Growth and scale.
Let's back this up.
Beware of growth traps. A lot of people want to go right to growth and scale. And what's really hard to hear sometimes as a CEO is you're not ready to grow and scale. You really need a foundation. But if you're willing to hear it and you work on your foundation first, then you are that much closer to the growth and the scale. You can't grow something that doesn't have a foundation, and you can't scale something that hasn't yet grown. So often when we hear people are bringing somebody in to support their growth or their strategy, we're first looking at, do they have the foundational systems in place yet that somebody can actually take and run with? Far too often people are skipping a step and asking the wrong question. The question for them is not about scale or growth, it's, do I have the systems in place that can be grown and then scaled? And that's the foundation. 10 items here that I'm going to list off for you. So if you write these 10 down, score yourself 1 point for every system you have in some shape repeatable now. If you score less than a 5, get yourself to a 5 before you bring somebody in for growth or scale. The systems are time, so that's where we block and delegate our time as the CEO. Outreach. Outreach is about developing a flywheel that somebody else can come in and help you keep spinning. Payments, how they go in, how they come out. 4, fulfillment, how you perform your work in a repeatable manner and what sort of digital assets are associated with keeping that a uniform client experience. Purchasing, terms, supply chain, are we optimizing each of those things? And growing the relationships that are associated with them so that it matches the value that you bring as a client.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there. That's a really long video now. Okay. We're what, 2 minutes and 27 seconds in? Or is there 2 and 27 minutes left? This is is it a 3-minute video?
It's, yeah, I think it's just about 4.
4
It
minutes,
might be
okay.
3 and change.
All right, I want to just live with this for a little bit here. So let me make this a little bit. Can you guys, did it go big screen, everybody?
It did. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Now we see you much bigger. So I believe you're in the same environment that you're in now, right?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do a little scene by scene breakdown here. We know that reels and shorts, the first 3 seconds really matter. So we should spend what Eric Edmeades calls like the F15, like the first 15 minutes of a talk, the first 15 seconds in the case, the first three, 90% of energy has to be here. Otherwise, we're not going to get anybody to watch this video. Okay. So there's a couple different things. In order for us to achieve the goal of the CEO looking at this and responding to you, they have to see this video, they have to watch it. And that's also true about their direct reports. They also have to see and they have to watch this thing. Now, I think you open up with something, beware of growth traps. Okay. And then your second line is something about before you grow or scale or something, or people. What was the second line? Do you remember it?
Beware of growth traps. A lot of people want to go right to growth and scale. And what's really
Okay. So those are my first 3 seconds. A lot of people want to go to growth and scale. So generally speaking, I think if you work on your hook and your intro a little bit more, your probability of higher views and engagement is going to go up. Okay. And you talk about these are the 10 things, something. What are the 10 things? Can you tell me?
Do you want me to list them out?
No, just tell me like,
Or-
what's
yeah,
the
so-
category? 10 things, what?
Here are 10 things that if you don't have at least 5 of these in some shape repeatable, don't go hire somebody to help you grow and scale, or don't go hire somebody to help
Oh,
you
okay,
scale.
okay.
You don't have the
That's really-
foundation yet.
Okay. So if you and I were in a copywriting class for marketing, we would sit here and write 100 hooks. I'm going to do some with you right now and let's see how they work. Okay. Because I think I get a sense here that the engineering brain is speaking, not the entertainer educator speaking right now. So it's a little too technical. It's a little bit dry. And at some point I'm like fading from this. Okay. Because it's almost like you're explaining too much to me. So I would say something like, do these 5 things before you think about scaling your business. Now I'm like, what 5 things? So beware of growth traps, pretty abstract as an idea. Like what growth traps? Like what do you mean? Okay. Or from scaling from 7 to 8 figures, if you commit these 5 things, you could be sabotaging your business. All of a sudden you have my attention now. And I think if possible, whenever possible, I used to make this mistake. I tried to pack more information into video and wonder why people weren't watching it. Because I wasn't scrolling on the feed today to have my brain fried. I just wanted to be entertained a little bit. I want to be intrigued and then get me excited about you so that I want to know the rest. So what I would have done was to break this piece of content down to 2 parts. Part 1, tell me the 5 things, right? And then at the end of the video said, there are 5 more things I want to share with you. Why don't you comment this word and I'll send you the PDF of the next 5. Or I'll send you the video of the next 5. This way you're asking for some engagement and you're just creating a curiosity gap. We often think we need to serve them the full meal when no one's looking for the full meal. They're looking for a light snack. Right now they're looking for nachos and chips, or I'm sorry, chips and salsa or something else. They're not looking for like a steak dinner. And I think you're delivering them a steak dinner with a side of asparagus and probably some charred Brussels sprouts. It's too much for me. Okay. And you know what? I like that you're smiling right now. Your energy is so different right now. I want to see that energy in the videos. Okay. I think, let me ask you something. When you record content, what is your emotional state when you record it? I think that's your energy right now.
Yeah.
Stacie.
It's interesting you say that because what came out today was much more punchier and high energy. And when I watch things back, often I notice a difference between being live in a session with me and speaking directly to a CEO versus what's captured on video a lot of times lacks that same kind of energy.
Yeah. You produce content by yourself?
So I have 2 ways of doing it. That one that you had up, I produce by myself.
Mhm.
I also work with, we meet for an hour and then they just cut it up. And the reason for that was just to make me not the friction point anymore.
Yeah.
And remove the bottleneck. So I augment with my own, but I know I always have at least 10 to 13 pieces that I can pump out so I can stay consistent.
Stacie, do you know why I'm laughing? Because You take what is possibly a short answer, you always make a short answer much longer than it needs to be. Do you know you're guilty of this?
I do.
Do you have kids?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Does anybody tell you like, I just wanted to know if you're thirsty? You're like, well, today I went, just tell me yes or no and I'll get you a cold drink. So
Yep. I'm going to put the engineer stamp all
yeah,
over
you,
that
you
one.
got to put that away for what we're doing here, okay? Because as I watch your content, I don't know how it is that I came across your content before you submitting this. I've seen your content before on my
I'm in
LinkedIn.
pro group too.
Oh, that's why. Well, sorry, that's why I know you. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I need you to just relax. I need you to smile. I want you to have fun, okay? And that energy is going to transmit through the lens. If you're having fun, I'm having fun. And I got to tell you, the reason why I asked you, are you making the content mostly yourself? And I think the answer is yes, mostly by myself, is it sucks to record content. It sucks to stare into a piece of glass and say whatever, right? It does. I'm just telling you right now, it's like, I can have 35 videos I need to make, and I'll wait 23 hours before the 24th hour and I'll start making the content because I hate doing it. But when Drigo comes by or Rich or Mo, it's like, hey, Chris, we're going to record content. I'm like, okay, guys, I'll see you. Let's go make some content. It's a freaking lonely endeavor. Is that how you feel? Are you like me in that way?
I see how different the energy is because I'm comparing two things in my head right now. One
Yeah.
that was with someone sitting across and one on my own. So
Yeah.
I definitely I feed off of trying to support somebody else on the other side of the camera. So if it's just me supporting me, it's not the
See,
same.
right now, that's who should show up. The person who smiles and me and the way that you enunciate, the cadence, the flow, and speaking with your hands and all that stuff. I like that person. I'm not saying I dislike the other person. And now you have your hair down, you had your hair up. It's just all these little things are cues for us, like who's showing up right now. Okay. So I remember Wesley Ann Little, my friend who's a therapist, who said something about like why public speaking is so scary is because we're taught as audience to be quiet. And then when the speaker comes on stage, they're like feeling really dysregulated because they're not getting an emotional response, right? But if I'm here and you're talking to me, I'm like, oh my God, that slaps. That was amazing. You nailed that one. Oh my God, way to kill it. And then your energy will perk up a little bit. So you got to find somebody to make content with for a little bit. Like we'll use it as content training wheels, or to pretend like you just had a conversation with somebody and like, hey friend, come here. I'm gonna tell you something. These are the 5 things you keep doing wrong, and I'm here to help. My name is Stacie. This is what I do. Let's get into the content and just explain those things and just be snappier. Okay? So for you, it's an engineering problem. It's just too much details, right? I had a conversation yesterday with my buddy Hector and Carlos. Hector is a CPA. He wanted to tell me everything we're going to do before we did it. He's like, Chris, you're not listening to me anymore, are you? I'm like, do I need to know this, friend? I respect you. I love you guys. I support you, but I don't need to know every step before we do. Just tell me what I need to do so I can get out of here. Same thing. High level, tickle the brain, entice them to want more, and just walk away. Okay? That's it. Leave them wanting more. Make them, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm trying to watch my figure here. And I'm like, I'm not hungry. I don't need to eat dinner. And then I'm like, I'm just going to have a little bite. But after the first bite, I'm like, God, I'm so hungry right now. I'll just take 5 more bites. And then before you know, the whole bag of whatever it is I was eating is gone. That's what you want it to be. Bite-sized, snackable content. They're like, I can't have enough. What's more? Give me more. More. I want you to do that.
Okay. So the content that I had been making was 30 to 90 seconds. This one, I'm trying to transition to have some longer form content.
Yeah.
But there's an art to it, obviously.
There is.
And the engineering side of me
Yes.
definitely did not keep that punchy enough. So what would you say to transition from the shorter stuff into the longer stuff?
Okay, we have to sit here and unpack this. Okay. I just noticed again, your energy has changed twice. When you're self-aware and you don't take yourself so seriously, your big smiles, very positive energy. As soon as you got to the serious question, you became super serious again. Okay, just keep that in mind, okay? Because you know what I learned in client work is that when prospects are talking to you, they're trying to imagine in their mind, what's it like to work with this person the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months,
Absolutely.
right? And think about this. Is she going to bore me? Is she going to talk my ear off? Or is she going to give me that high level stuff so I can get my business done?
Yeah,
See,
great point.
think about that. You want to be snappy. You want to be like, boom, we're going to have fun, man. Your time is important. Let's get through this. I'll give you as much as detail as you want because some people do want that. But until you ask for it, until you beg me for it, I'm not going to give it to you. Okay? All right. The transition, what I would like for you to do is just, I want you to really just focus on the short form, nail it, get your energy right. Just be the master of creating short hooks and bite-sized snackable content. And when one of those videos pops, you and I will dissect that. We'll figure out how to expand it. Okay? Now, how long have you been making content?
Concerted effort, really just under 2 years. I've had one go to 1.7 million, one go to maybe
Really?
750,000.
Well, why aren't we looking at
Um,
the 7 million banger? What are
when I
we
put
doing with this
when
one?
I
This one has 42 likes. Why wouldn't you show me the 72,
1.7,
1.7?
not
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, 1.7.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
look at that. Okay. It doesn't matter. We're not here nor there. Basically, your media training has been about 2 years-ish. And if you're like most people, we start slow, we have starts and stops, and then we start to get into the groove. So we're probably making more content today than we were at the beginning, because at the beginning it's really, really tough. I just want to let you know, it takes a while to find your voice, to find your style. And so you're exactly where you need to be. So I think you and me, as we're talking right now, this may be the beginning of a new branch in your timeline, in your sacred timeline. It's going to branch. The new Stacie's going to show up a little bit lighter, a little bit more like joyful in your energy, a little less dense. Let's see where that goes. Okay. And then we'll go back and we'll figure out that was really good. Let's make worksheets out of this. Let's turn this into a mini course and let's stretch it out. Okay. I'm pretty good at stretching things out. I'm not so good at condensing things down. So let's start at the beginning. Let's just get this part, get your cadence, get your love and results. And I'll tell you something right now. Everybody who's listening to this, live or not, I'll tell you something. When the content starts working for you, you will be so happy to work on the content. Okay, my wife says this to me all the time. You just love social media, don't you? I'm like, why do you say that? Because everywhere in your DMs, people are saying, you've changed my life. What a positive force. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. Because it's working for me. But if no one's looking at your content, you don't get any DMs, no leads, no nothing. Yeah, content freaking sucks.
you
Yeah.
just hit on the nose the difference between me showing up for a client and feeling the changes that have happened in their life and how much more profitable their business is, how much more freedom they have as an owner because you're sitting across from that person.
Yeah.
I need to bring that into the content that I'm making. And I'd love to be able to build more out loud, but I struggle with the confidentiality aspect of those most magical moments happen sitting right across from the client.
Are these things recorded?
They are recorded, but they're recorded for note-taking purposes.
Yes. I
Not
understand.
something that I would ever
Well, I'm going to help you with
publicly
this.
share.
Well, no, you need to publicly share, but with permission. You're going to
Yes.
say, my business depends on positive word of mouth and testimonials. I was listening back to our conversation the other day, and I pulled this out from our conversation. May I have your permission to use this on social? And I can abstract any of this. Any of this can be changed, or we could not even say your name, or we'll just say what kind of industry you're in. I think most kind-hearted people want to see you succeed, especially because you've helped them, especially because they just told you how much of an impact you've made. You do need to share this. I do this kind of stuff all the time. I always share stories that are off the record, but I'll abstract some of it so only the person that I talk to knows who it is. I'll say, one of my friends said this to me, and I'm asking for a friend kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, or, hey, look, here's how I do it. I'm Stacie, right? I mean, I'm Chris, but I'm you. I'm like, hey guys, I just wanted to share something with you. For 25 years, I'm a structural engineer, electrical engineer, and 5 years ago, I decided to do business strategy. And people called me crazy for doing this. Why would I want to do this? I'm still in the construction space, but I just had a meeting with one of my clients yesterday who's in the steel and da-da-da industry. And they said to me, Stacie, you did X, Y, and Z for me. And I got to tell you, I don't care how many drawings I've ever done in my life, how many calculations. This is 1,000 times more powerful than anything I've ever done. This is why I do what I do. You could totally tell that story just like that. And people are like, damn, who's this woman? Who's this? And have betrayed no one. So if you reveal a piece of information that can be traced back to this human, don't put that piece of information there. Okay? So I know a lot of us work under non-disclosure agreements, client confidentiality. The most important thing, trust has to be very high. Never, ever, ever breach that for the pursuit of a new opportunity. You screw over everybody, including yourself. Do not do that. Ask for permission, abstract the details, and you should be okay. Can you do that, Stacie?
I have some case studies actually written up. I just was worried in
Stacie, the
text,
answer is yes.
they fall flat.
The answer is yes.
Yes, I can do that, Chris.
Of course you can do that. And by the way, I have case studies, but yes. So succinct, that's what you got to work on. Succinct, to the point, and just keep the content good for social. Yeah. When you're a structural engineer, I need you to be highly detailed. No corner or no stone unturned, no corners cut. But in conversation, light is the way to go. Okay?
Super helpful.
Oh, see, it
especially
wasn't
when-
that bad, was it? Come on.
No, it wasn't.
See?
It's,
See, this is the
I
person I
needed
want
to
to show
hear
up right
that.
now. This person right here. See, now you know it's over. The root canal is complete, and you're like, okay, we're good. Yeah?
Christo, not as bad as a root canal. I don't know. I think we have a t-shirt there.
A t-shirt. Yeah. I came for a root canal, and I got this t-shirt instead. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Chris. I
You're welcome. See you
appreciate
in
it.
pro.
See you in pro.
Okay, thanks a lot. If you are a person who creates content, you are a coach, an author, a thought leader, and you're tired of just making content for content's sake, and you're invested in this, you want to see it work because you know the value of content. I'm not here to convince you, but if you've enjoyed any part of this and you think I'm the kind of guy who you would get along with and who could possibly help you, this was a little sample. This is an amuse-bouche. This is what we're going to do inside Content Lab, a new program that we're launching. It'll be a link in the description. We meet twice a month. We do hot seat coaching, which is each person 10 minutes. And I think for the first 40 people who sign up, you're going to be guaranteed a coaching spot. And we have resources. I've compiled a bunch of things on how to tell a really good story, how to write compelling hooks and lines. We have 52 writing prompts like once a week. So you'll always know that you have something to do, but not in a way that overwhelms you. I think once a week is a good cadence, especially if you're not used to consistently producing content. Look, if you enjoy the kind of content that I produce, if you engage with it on social media, if you like the style in which I deliver things, that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to do what I do, period. So no engagement groups, no weird black hat stuff. It's all above board white hat. And I don't really care about schedules or posting times and optimizing for any of that. I'm sure some of you want to do that, and that's okay if you do. But my style is when I feel inspired, I write. Luckily, I'm inspired a lot, so I write a lot. I want to help you do that. So Content Lab, how much does it cost? It's $500 a month. So that's $6,000 a year. Essentially, if you buy the year plan, which I recommend you do, you basically get 2 months for free. So you pay for 10 months, which is $5,000. And if you think one new lead, one new prospect is worth $5,000, then it's a no-brainer. Okay? And that's it for me. Bye, everybody.